That's right, boys, we are live once again, right here over on Twitch, for another prediction show out in Africa for the 2019 Africa Cup of Nations. And in this one, we're going to take a look at Matchday 3, part 2, with groups C and D. So let's get cracking and roll the V. Right, boys, back once again for Matchday 3, part 2, out in Africa. We're going to be looking at groups C and D. I want to say hello to everybody over on Twitch who are joining me for the live session. You can still participate, folks, if you are watching over on the re-upload on YouTube. Make sure you smash the thumbs up, smash the subscribe, and also, if you get a chance, hop over to Twitch and smash the follow, so you'll know when we'll be going live again. Yes, the tournaments are wrapping up all over the world. Obviously, we got the Africa Cup of Nations, which we're doing right here, right now. The Copa America is getting very close to the last couple of sessions there, and then we got the Gold Cup as well. It's going to start heating up today. So let's get cracking and take a look at what we got for you today in groups C and D. So let's first and foremost remind ourselves, because I need a bit of a reminder sometimes, of the nations that occupy Group C. Hopefully I've got my graphics in order. And here comes Algeria. That's right, one of the powerhouses out in Africa. They started the tournament at 12 to 1. They are now drifted to 15 to 1, or shortened, should I say, and then lengthened once again. They are now 8 to 1 to win the tournament as a whole. Alongside them is my boys. That's right, it is Kenya. Start the tournament at 100 to 1, went as long as 250 to 1, and they're now 200 to 1. Back in it now. They are back in the mix, kind of. And then joining them is another powerhouse. It is Senegal, who started the tournament at 6 to 1. They went as short as 4 to 1. And they're now at 9 to 2, so they drifted a little bit as well. So they've gone, if they were really good, then they went insanely good. Now they've kind of eased off. I think they are one of the top 2 to win the whole stinking lot. Alongside them, it is Tanzania, who have not budged at all, 250 to 1. That's right, boys and girls, we're back. So, yes, so Group C. Include those nations, Senegal, Tanzania, Algeria, and Kenya. Now, they did open up their campaigns. Senegal opened up with a 2-0 victory over Tanzania. This is the Matchday 1s we're going over here, folks. I called a 3-0 win, and also in the Matchday 1. Algeria took on Kenya. My boys, my Kenyan lads. And they Algeria won 2-0 comfortably, and I called that one bang on the flipping nose. But anyway, let's take a look at Matchday 2s. For you. So Senegal took on Algeria in the Battle of the Juggernauts to see who was going to be taking control of this group, and it was, against my better judgment, I think, a 1-0 victory for Algeria. I actually went the other way on this one, and I believe the cat, she went for Senegal. No, she went for Algeria. I went for Senegal on this one. So she's the one with the cream today. I've got egg on my face, big time, because I went with Senegal. And so that's opened up this group a little bit, because it leaves Senegal and Kenya both on 3 points, and they're going to be locking horns in Matchday 3 in a couple of days' time. Also, alongside them, my boys Kenya did take on Tanzania. Yes, I should listen to the cat. Kenya took on Tanzania, and they put on a bit of a barnstormer. 5 goals in that one, boys and girls. 5 goals in that. I did see Kenya. Well, I was hoping Kenya more than likely were to win, and they did. They picked up a 1-0 victory. Well, I thought it was a 1-0 victory. But they went big on that one, and they scored a bucket load of goals for that. So the table looks like this. Tanzania, they look about done. They could still possibly, could they? No, I don't think they could possibly get through. I think they would need to beat Algeria quite handsomely, maybe like 6-0 or something, to turn that goal deficit around, and then hope that Senegal and Kenya don't draw, because that would eliminate them. But basically, I think Tanzania are done and dusted. I think they're out of the equation here. But anyway, let's take a look at what you guys thought. Well, the Purple Hazer, he came in with a 1-0 loss. No, he actually came in with a 1-0 victory for Algeria, so he got that one bang on the nose. But he did also call a draw for Kenya against Tanzania as well. So not too shabby for the Purple Hazer, who is here, and he did try to keep the chat moving, and I do appreciate that through my technical snafu. 2. So thank you, Nathan. Also alongside Purple Haze was Double Ump. He came in with a 1-0 victory for Senegal. He went with the other way as well, but he also played it safe with the draw. And unfortunately, draws are difficult, especially here out in Africa. Over on the YouTube, we did have a couple of picks as well. Pompey Lad 96 PUP. He came in with a 2-2 draw for Senegal and Algeria. He also won with another draw. Kenya won, Tanzania won, and Max Ovens, he came in with a 3-2 victory for Senegal and also a 1-1 draw. A lot of people favouring the draw in the second game. I think it looked like it was going to be a draw, but I just went with my Kenyan love. Sounds a bit weird, but I went with it just because I thought if they were going to win any game, it was going to be that one. So let's take a look at the next matches for Group C. Again, graphic does say D. Kenya taking on Senegal here. If you are watching over on the Twitch sphere, get your predictions ready. This is the time, if you're new to the stream, this is the time where you get your picks in. So let's get looking. So these two sides have played each other 3 times in all competitions. Senegal picking up two of the victories, and there's been 1 draw between the 2 sides. Now, the bookmakers have Senegal red-hot favourites here, 47 to 100. Now, these odds are quite long and quite weird looking because they're fresh off the bat. Last night, these teams had just finished yesterday playing in action, so the odds are quite new. So as we get closer towards kickoff for these games, they'll shorten to a more cleaner number, maybe like 2 to 1 on, or for Kenya, looks like it's what, like, I don't know what it's like. 7 or 5, I don't know. It's long anyway. So Purple Haze is in there nice and early with a 2-0 prediction for Senegal on this one, boys. Anyone else on the Twitch sphere? You're here. Might as well chuck in your prediction while I still have you. Anyone else want to jump in? If not, I'm going to plough forward and tell you my prediction. We do have one here. Berg is going with 3-1 prediction for Senegal. Nice shout there. He's going big on goals for Senegal on this one. I'm going to go with it now because I don't know if anyone else is jumping in with a prediction. I'm going to assume that as a no. But anyway, so I am going to go with... I'm also scoring goals. We do have a late one in there. Senegal jumping in there. Also with LG and Cow. He's going 2-0 Senegal as well. So everybody's siding with Senegal. I'm also joining the gang, the VIP gang, just like you guys. I'm going with Senegal. Unfortunately, my boys Kenya will take another dent. They still might squeeze through. I'm going with a 2-1 victory for Senegal on this one. I expect Kenya to get a goal, but it ain't going to be worth anything. I think it'll be a consolation goal. Maybe Senegal will be 2-0 up and they'll be cruising. Kenya might get a last-minute goal, but ultimately it'll be too little too late. Kenya will play the waiting game to see if they go through as one of the best third-place nations to go through into the knockout phases. I got my fingers crossed for the boys, but I don't. It's a long shot. I don't think they've ever made it out of the group stages in their history. Also, in the same group, Tanzania will be taking on Algeria. Again, Algeria looking complete command here within this group. They've played each other 10 times. Algeria winning 5 of them. There's been 4 draws and 1 win for Tanzania. The bookmakers on this one, again, see, red-hot favourites for Algeria. The graphic again is all skew-if, but Algeria red-hot favourites. Basically, it's like 3-2 on for Algeria. Tanzania long shots 21-2, basically 10-1. I'd say that is 180-50 the draw, which is more like 3-1. 3-1 the draw. Berg's in there with a 1-1 draw. Purple Hazers jumping in with a 1-1 draw as well. Who else? I missed the LG and Cal. What you got for me for this one? What you picking on this one? We're sticking with the draws all round. Tanzania and Algeria. Most of the guys going with the draws over on the Twitch. Any more? Here we go. We got a late one in there. LG and Cal's going with a 2-1 victory for Algeria. I like the smell of that one. I'm not siding with the draw. Algeria are a powerhouse out in Africa, and they're gonna. And then Tanzania are like the chief whipping boys in this thing. So I don't see it as a draw. I do see it as an Algeria victory, and I'm going to go with a couple of goals. Nothing crazy, nothing too out of this mind. But Algeria will take home a 2-0 victory, and that will put them top of the pops, 9 points in the bag. Senegal will have 6, Kenya will have 3, Tanzania will have 0, and they will be waiting out to see if that will do them. That will do Kenya to get through to the knockout stages. But meanwhile, over on Group D, let's have a little reminder of the nations out in Group D. We have Ivory Coast, who started the tournament at 10-1, then they've shortened to 8-1, and they've lengthened one more time to 9-1. So they're just keeping it in the mix. But they did have a tough old match this past time out Alongside them, it is Morocco. Started the tournament at 12-1. Then they went to 9-1, and they've even shortened even further to 8-1. They're looking good right now, Morocco, and they could go all the flipping way. Also, Ryan Nyambe's in there with Namibia, and they've not budged whatsoever. 250-1. They've remained that all the way through. And it looks he's done a good job, Nyambe. I'm just hoping. You know, they are a very small nation in regards to the footballing world, especially out in Africa. So he's doing a tremendous job doing what he's doing. It's an uphill battle. It was always going to be a struggle to get out of this. This is the group of death. They were nowhere near considered anything. So yeah, they're pretty much done and dusted. But hopefully Nyambe's enjoying the experience. Meanwhile, South Africa as well are in this group. It's a group of death. Three big juggernauts who are pretty, I think have they all won it? They've all won it in the past. And Namibia have not got out of the group stages. So South Africa, again, their odds have not budged at all. 33-1 throughout the whole competition, each and every match day. So not budged. Let's take a look at it. Hopefully I got this one right. It looks pretty good. Is this the correct scorelines? Oh, right here. So the result, was it like that? Was I right? Both 1-0. So the result was 1-0 for both of them. Morocco 1-0 against Ivory Coast. South Africa 1-0 against Namibia. I think I predicted a 2-1 victory for Morocco and a 0-0 prediction. So that should be correct. Are we on the right wavelength here, boys and girls? Let me whip out the phone and check the results so I am not going crazy, because it feels like it. 1-0, 1-0, yes. So that is correct right there. So that is right there. Anyway, so the table does look like this. Anyway, Morocco are top of the pops, 6 points out of 6. Ivory Coast and South Africa have both got their first win under their belts. And Namibia look about out. They're not out completely. They still, if they were to get something freakishly against Ivory Coast, then they may have a chance to get themselves out of this into the knockout stages. But it could be a long shot. It is a long shot. Realistically, they never had any hope, as much as I would like to see them have some hope. So South Africa taking on Morocco for the last game in this, one of the last two games in Group D, and Namibia will wrap it up against Ivory Coast. So let's take a look at those matches in a bit more detail. First and foremost, we're going to take a look at your picks, boys and girls. Purple Hazer, he did come in with a 1-0 victory, but he went the other way. He went for Ivory Coast against Morocco, so we got that one. He also went with a 0-0 draw against South Africa and Namibia as well. Double Ump jumped in with a 0-0 draw between Morocco and Ivory Coast, but he did go for South Africa over Namibia, a 2-0 victory in the end. Pompey lad at PUP 96, he went with a 2-0 victory for Morocco, and he went with a 1-0 victory for South Africa over Namibia. So he is pretty much close to the money on that bad boy, so not too shabby indeed. Not as many predictions as some other videos, but at least some participation was in there. So South Africa will be taking on Morocco. Here we go. These are another big bad boy juggernauts, and these ones. South Africa and Morocco have duked it out 6 times, just 6 times over the years, with Morocco winning 2 of them, South Africa winning 1, and there's been 3 draws between them. The bookmakers, just like the other two, it's quite wild odds. Morocco are favourites, 53-50, pretty much evens, with South Africa looking like 3-2 or maybe even 3-1. The draw is 2-1, looks like 53-25. So get your picks in for that. We got some in there already, nice and early. Aljeberg's going in with a 3-0 victory for Morocco. LG and Cow is going in with a 1-0 victory for Morocco, and Paul Hazer playing it safe with a 0-0 draw. I expect goals in this one, and I expect a winner as well. I am siding with Morocco on this one. 2-1 victory for Morocco in the end, and that will put them top of the pops with 9 points in the bag and in complete control of Group D. And wrapping it up, it is Namibia up against Ivory Coast. Last chance saloon for Nyambe. To be honest with you, I'd rather he go home now so he can get preparations for Blackburn Rovers training for the new season. But he's done an amazing job. He's been playing at centre back, which is not his usual position, and it's kind of given me some food for thought for the new season for a Rover. Maybe he could be in one of the 3-man. 3-man centre backs for Rovers, Anyway, we'll talk more about that another day. So Namibia up against Ivory Coast. Well, they've played each other 4 times in all competitions. Ivory Coast picking up 2 victories. Namibia just the 1, and there's been 1 draw. So it's before that revealed there, I thought it was going to be all in favour of Ivory Coast. But Namibia giving themselves the benefit of the doubt. Papa Hazer's in there nice and early with a prediction. He's going with Ivory Coast. The bookmakers have Ivory Coast close to, 3-1 on? Or, basically 2-1. 2-1 on. Ivory Coast, red hot favourites. Namibia, long shots. We're talking huge here. 147-20. You can do the math, break that down. Popemeister's joined in with an easy prediction. I'm going with 1-0 for them. Okay, what else we got? We got 357-100, basically 3-1 for the draw. So we have a couple of predictions in there. We got Eierberg's going 1-0 Ivory Coast. LG and Cow is going 2-0 Ivory Coast, and we have a late edition. Popemeister's in there. He's going with a 1-0 win for them, for Ivory Coast, I hope. So, yes, everyone's siding with the Ivory Coast on this one. I'd be a little bit of a clown if I didn't do that. I also am siding with the Ivory Coast with a 1-0 win, boys and girls. That's right, because they're gonna score 1 goal. It's not going to be down to Nyambe. He'll be rock solid as always. It'll go something else, some other blooper. They'll keep it tight. They won't score that many goals, but Ivory Coast will go through as runners up in Group D. And again, oh my goodness, we had a whole flurry of viewers coming in right now, which is nice to see. Yeah, but unfortunately, you missed all the technical snafus. There was so many today. But you can always replay the stream, and you can still, again, because we are wrapping up this baby, you can still rewatch the stream via Twitch. Get your predictions in, and it'll be like you were here live. But anyway. Yes, that, my friends, is pretty much everyone's coming in at the wrong time. It stinks. But anyway, just to take care of a bit of admin, and then we'll have a little bit more chat anyway before we bounce out of here. Just in case this is the first time you've seen this content, I'm going to give you a bit of stuff going into the future, into the new season domestically. I'll be going live like this without the technical snafus over on YouTube, predicting the Premier League and the Championship, and we'll also pre-record the Bundesliga, La Liga, and Serie A predictions, just like I did last year. Also, if you want to become Patreon members, I am wide open. Get in. If you've got a bit of loose change somewhere you want to become a Patreon, get involved with it. And there's some 6 additional prediction leagues you can get your hands on. And then right here, right now, over on Twitch, we've been going live throughout the month of June, and we're headed into the month of July, and we're going to be doing the Gold Cup, the Copa America, and right here, right now, we've been talking about it today, the Copa, the Africa Cup of Nations, and here are those links. So I'll leave them on the screen for you just for a moment. But yes, the Africa Cup of Nations is wrapping up pretty rapidly. As is the Copa America, as is the Gold Cup. There's a lot still to do, though. We do have... we'll be back tomorrow for some more Africa Cup of Nations predictions. We'll be doing groups E and F tomorrow, and we're probably going to be doing the Copa America semi-finals tomorrow. That is a possibility. It's not a guarantee. It's a possibility. I think the last quarterfinal is today. So in theory, I should be able to do it. It's just a matter of if I can get around to preparing it. But anyway, yeah, it's been a lovely stream, despite all the snafus. Thanks everyone for stopping by on the Twitchosphere with their predictions. I do appreciate all that. And again, you can still participate over on the YouTube. You can stick your predictions in the old chat section down below. I'll take a look at them, and I'll re-smash them over here when we come back and see these nations again. And the next time we see these nations again from Group D and Group E and C will be in the last 16 show, which will be possibly Tuesday or Wednesday. So that is something to look forward to. Hopefully you guys can all jump in, because the weekend streams are a lot more vibrant. The weekday ones can be a little bit struggle. Obviously people have work and jobs and school and all that kind of stuff. So it was very nice to see a lot of people in it, and a lot of participation in the chat as well. I do love that. I do love that a lot. Anyway, so yes, it's looking good right now. In the chat section, while we got a few minutes, who's everyone's pick to win the Copa, the Africa Cup of Nations? Who do you think is going to go all out and win it? Anyway, if you guys are listed, I'm going to probably side with, I think, Senegal at the moment. No, Senegal don't look that good. I think Egypt look good right now. Obviously, I don't think they conceded a goal, but they've not really played anybody decent. Morocco, also pretty solid. yeah, it's tough. Algeria as well. There's some big Nigeria. You can't rule out Nigeria. You know. So who's you got? If you had to pick a winner or at least a final or I'll give you three. You know, stick three picks in there. Who do you think is going to go all out and win the Africa Cup of Nations? Who have you got? I'm going to go with Nigeria in the mix. They're going to be in the back. Egypt will be there because they are hosts and they're no slouches. And then I'm going to go with a wild card perhaps as a Morocco. A Morocco maybe. I think they've been pretty solid. But you can't rule out Ghana. You can't rule out, there's so many nations that could go all out and win this bad boy. Algeria or Egypt. LG and Cal's going with that bad boy. Egypt, I think, are solid. Again, they haven't been tested yet. It's kind of like Brazil. Obviously, Brazil hosting the Copa America. They sidestepped. Was it Venezuela? Not really been put to the sword really. I think Egypt. Yep, Egypt is probably your favourite, the one who should be in the mix. They should make the final four, and that's probably where they'll face real competition then, and then it'll get really interesting to see who it is. Anyway, folks, I'm gonna have to get out of here. I've got guests down the basement, and I'm probably keeping them awake or waking them up. And I've got to get this bad boy. I've got a lot of editing to do on this guy. I've got to chop out a lot of stuff. But hopefully you did enjoy this. And if you did, you come back tomorrow, same time, same place, right here at Blackburn Overseas. Until then, I'm going to let you all get out of there. Senegal are favourites, I believe. I think Egypt or Senegal are favourites right now. But yeah, I know it does sound bad. That's where the bedroom is, the spare thing. It does sound bad. It sounds horrible. But anyway, I've got to chop that one out too. Anyway, I love you all. Thanks again for watching on the Twitch. I'll be back tomorrow, same time, same place. And again, you can catch yourselves live over on YouTube a little bit later on with this once I've chunked out the chunks. Anyway, till I see you all, thumbs up, subscribe, and all that kind of good stuff. I'm out. If you're looking for some more great African Cup of Nations coverage, why don't you join me for one of my live sessions over on Twitch? Details for that sucker in the description down below.